Good morning, Mr. Young, and everybody. I'm Miss Collins, middle school principal for DEPSA. This was really, Mr. Young and I used to go back and forth for a lot of years about science and the importance of it, especially for students of color, and the different opportunities that sometimes kids don't think that they have, or don't even know about. Um, and one of the things that it has done for, if I can speak about DEPSA children, is that it really has opened up their world to other possibilities.
Principal Dungy from Glazier. I just want to thank you for definitely giving our students a different peek at science. It gives our students the opportunity to see where they can go. And so they've had people who are in those exact same seats, and their possibilities are endless. And so just to see their own representation, not just of other African Americans, but of people that were in their same seats, I think that's huge for them, because you can be anybody and go anywhere.
Gaznell, for assistant principal at College Prep. I just want to say that, it is so amazing to see how PlastiVan is adapting to the new norm, right? So our students' norm is learning remotely, and it is so amazing to see how you've designed your lessons where students are still learning remotely, are still able to, have fun, because, the lessons are so interactive, where students, are learning about science. It's ubiquitous. When you mentioned all the stuff, it was so amazing. But also what's amazing that one of our students said is that, we learned the history about science, you learned the manufacturing part of it, the chemistry, but also how to sustain it. So, I just want to say, shine your halo. Thank you for doing such a great job with our students.
Hi, everyone. I'm Eve.
And I'm Elizabeth, and we're PlastiVan educators.
Today, we're going to talk a little bit about the history of plastics.
Boring. What's the big deal about plastics anyway?
Well, okay, let's talk about a world before plastics or without plastics. First of all, let me tell you, I love this word, ubiquitous.
Ubiquitous?
Right. Plastics are ubiquitous. Do you know what that means?
I'd have to guess.
Well, look around you, Elizabeth. Plastics are everywhere. They're ubiquitous. When I look around, I see very few things that don't contain polymers, either natural polymers or synthetic polymers.
Am I made of polymers?
Yes, you are. Your bones are made of polymers.
I'm going to start mixing. You're going to see these aren't clear liquids anymore. Okay, so now you see that it's taken on the blue color.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I'm seeing some bubbles and stuff in there.
Yep. And you're going to see a big volume change.
I also want to just acknowledge, too, that the diversity of the experience. You had the PlastiVan scientists on the videos, but it was all facilitated by our scientists. And when I say our scientists, you have the Ecotek scientists, but they are also NPFE alumni.
Bioplastic is made from organic feedstock, so things like corn and different types like that. And so traditional plastics are made with PET. So the biggest difference is bioplastics you can degrade. So degrade means breaking down in soil. Slime is formed by PVA and sodium bicarbonate. Another name for sodium bicarbonate is baking soda. This is the cross-linking of slime. You have the PVA polymer, polyvinyl alcohol, plus the borate ion.
What are some occupations that you can do within this industry? You can do sustainable artistry. You could be a professional molder. Talking about the extended learning opportunity. What I would like for you guys to do is you see this link and you see the picture. You are going to be reading this article.
Hey, the SPE essay contest, please, please, please enter. This is a great opportunity. The deadline is this month, February 26th. You can talk about anything as long as it's related to plastic. If you want to talk about the plastic of food, plastic of cars, plastic of the environment, anything like that. There's prize money first through fifth place. You can see the cash money there. And also, even if you just want to enter to help your writing skills and become better writers, you should enter as well.
Because of the pandemic, we kind of extended this learning to where Mr. Young, he's your arms, he's your legs, he's your jars and your crucibles and all of that. And then you have a chance to work through him.
I grabbed a bunch of spinach and I took the chlorophyll out. Now you remember, you gotta have chlorophyll to go through photosynthesis, because the byproduct of photosynthesis for the plant to survive is the sugar, it's the glucose. And so what we ended up doing is we broke down this material in a mortar and pestle. I separated it so that I could get all the large chunks out. And then I isolated the chlorophyll. Recycling, you're gonna have to figure out how to separate these two. This guy's 100%. Let me show you some of the bioplastic that I did make. I made the plastic here, right? Here's the deal. When you start to test plastic, what am I testing this plastic for right now? When I'm doing this, what am I testing it for?
It's a strength.
Ooh, close though. You close. George, you close.
Durability.
Elasticity and the ability to be flexible.
In the past, for many decades, we just looked at just teaching the content, just teaching the actual scientific principles. And then we talked about how you understand all of those concepts and ideologies and how they interact with one another. But then it wasn't enough, right? And that's where I applaud Ecotek, is that you are an advocate for that third dimension of education, and that's the science and engineering practices.
I got a question for you. This is for you too, Keon, too. Y'all jump on in there too. What would cause me to come down if I jumped up? If I just jumped up and I had to come down, what would pull me down? What would pull me down if I jumped up and I came back down to the ground? What's going to force me down to the ground?
Gravity.
Gravity. There it is. Gravity. Is that Darian?
Yeah.
So Darian, that's gravity. Here's the gravity for scientists in urban communities. Lack of access and opportunities. That is the gravity. And so you no longer have that as a reason to say that you can't excel, because you've been given the opportunity and access.